Hey, you guys. I wanted to pop in and just energy check to see what messages is coming through for us, the collective. Positive reinforcement only. What messages do we need to hear? Divine Mother, nurture, compassionate, grace. Miracles. Go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, and receiving. So, this is giving me like detox energy. And being able to, this is being in feminine energy, obviously Divine Mother, nurturing, compassionate, grace is just how you're handling yourself and how you're mothering yourself post or as you go through letting go of toxic energy and detoxing a slew of negative emotions and being able to receive the divine guidance with the ancient wisdom miracles card. I feel like this is happening in a supernatural way of just a supernatural energy. It's like as soon as you let one thing go, you get like 3 or 4 premonitions or signs through like tangible blessings, psychic abilities, telepathic connection with the Most High. And I feel like it's happening like with every difficulty comes 2 eases. That's in the Holy Book, Surah 65, ayats 2 and 3. It's giving me that energy. How you're being empathetic with yourself, the way you're empathetic with people, the way you show up for people, how it's inspiring you to be a better person, a better mom, a better sister, a better friend, a better professional colleague to anybody and everybody. How it's making you more lighthearted, and then you drop the burdens. It gives me 10 of Wands energy. You dropped all the burdens to start over. What else? And you're going with the flow. You're not trying to control things. You're not too heavy-hearted about what didn't work. Actually, you're doing great. You're feathers might be important. I feel like you're light as a feather as you go through, as you're experiencing the aftermath of a spiritual journey, a spiritual lesson. I'm using my Spirit Junkie deck to amplify on this energy and the messages. You got my genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. And then you have, when I leave from a place of love, people respect me. And then you have, the difficult relationships in my life are a perfect mirror for me to look more closely at my own behavior. Yeah, you're a person who learns through errors of judgment the first time. Like it's nothing to harbor over, it's nothing to feel guilt ridden about. It's a lesson because they mirror you. They mirror back at you what you might be struggling through or what might be in your subconscious or unconsciously doing. And your genuine desire to serve others, it puts you on the path to your higher purpose, to your higher self. So it's really just, it's an undescribable feeling to see it come into fruition. Like we listen to other readers about it, we read about it, we pray about it. But let's talk about the aftermath of putting the effort in and doing your shadow work and taking care of yourself and showing up for people, minding how you're treating people, with kindness and everything like that. But really just being kind to yourself and not punishing yourself for what didn't go your way. And this energy gives me the aftermath. Now it's here and you don't believe it's real. Like you believe it, like you know it's real, but it's surreal. It gives a very surreal feeling. Like I'm actually in the vibe, like I'm in that spirit. You can feel your spirit evolving. You can feel yourself strengthening up. I want to know what spiritual gifts are going to be enlightened and enhanced. Or are you going to receive new spiritual gifts through this journey now that you're here, now that you're ready? Like whatever that last experience was for everyone, for all this resonates with, what new spiritual gifts are you going to have moving forward? Like you're definitely ready, especially the way you handled it. Being a divine mother, a divine being, you handled it with such grace and such poise that you didn't stoop to nobody's level, you just walked away. That was the best thing you could have done for that experience, was to just disengage and retreat from it. You got wait, it's not time yet, things are being woven. And then you have we are the Hathers, deep love, mother's milk. Exactly, that correlates with divine mother. And then you have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. So some of your gifts are still being worked out for you. It's still being divinely created. This is the Most High telling you, it's really showcasing a gift. One of the eases, following a difficulty is your patience. Your patience have amplified and they have evolved and they have strengthened, and you're worth it. And saying wait. If it's telling you to wait, and it's current as things are currently being created and divinely put together for you, you just stay on the path. I'm proud of you. All of who is experiencing this deep love. You just continue to mother yourself. It's what it looks like. So in the meantime, how can you keep your vibrations high through this while these gifts are being created? It's like, the vision I got when you go to the car lot and you buy a brand new car, like say it's 2022 right now, and you go buy a 2023 car. It's not even out yet, and you're having it. You pay for it and you sign the paperwork for it. And then you let them do like some low last minute touches to make it custom, to make it specifically for you. I feel like that's what this is. That's what this gift is going to be. And I feel like it has a lot to do. It's like fine tuning your psychic abilities, your clairvoyancy, and any spiritual abilities, any empathic abilities, and all your compassion, and how you're going to show up for people. Because I think now you're entertaining a broader audience now. So I can do less and attract more. I sit in stillness I receive. And then you have appreciation dissolves all blocks to the present of my super attractive power. Yeah, you're at the point now where you're a made man, as they say. You're self-made with the helping hand of God. You don't have to do much but just sit still and just listen to what he have to say. Because you trusted and you walked by faith and not by sight, you can do less to attract more now. Like you already put your work in. Although people are going to be envious and jealous of it, it's okay, because they don't know what you've been through to get to this point. You had no idea what it took for this person to have the gifts and the talent and just the respect. It's really just about honor and respect moving forward. Nobody can take it from you. And that's where the people really just going to grit their teeth about it. But people are going to, the people who believe just like you believe and work like you work and attract like how you attract, they're going to be enamored by you. They're going to sit in awe about you. Let's go to the tarot cards. And I'm using my Muse tarot deck. Actually, I'll start with the crystals. What crystals you can use? Somebody's mom is super proud of how their child turned out to be. Like, they brag about it. This is somebody who don't speak to their mother very often, or may have had some kind of disconnection with their mother, and has had to heal because it caused some kind of like trauma, emotional trauma, or it triggered the person to heal previous emotional trauma, is how I'm hearing it. And it caused that person to go through like a real like dark and heavy like journey to get through that. And even though the mother and the child doesn't speak, the mother, that she's always been spiritually connected with the child, and she can feel when the things that her child has struggled through consciously. Like, it's in the frontal cortex of our mind. And she cries. Like, she's so proud at how her child just continued to just pull her boots up and just kept right on going and just fought for what she wanted. And to see her child in that light, it's like looking at herself. Maybe the mom experienced a lot of difficulty and turbulence in her own life, and she's not quite as healed as her child is. For her child, the mom respects the child because she sees that the child really worked through things, worked through a lot of different experiences to get to where she is. Now, it wasn't easy for her. She's well aware that the journey was very, very difficult, for her child or her little lion cub, even though the person is grown. But, to your parents, you're always their little lion cub. And this applies to father figures too, who embody that feminine energy, that they're very compassionate and nurturing, real sensitive to their children. They don't have to be, but this reading gives me divine mother, that's feminine energy. And fathers can have that energy too, especially when interacting with their kids and partaking in their kids' life. And they're super humbled by how their child turned out to be. They see a lot, they have a lot of respect and bravery for their child's bravery. I call this reading the good fight. So you have, this child has a double mission, recognizing that you have spiritual abilities. Speaking of the parents, I think they recognize that this child has supernatural abilities, and this child has always been different, special, even if they grew up being considered some form of a black sheep or oddball child, the eccentric one. This child has a double mission. This child is here to serve, not just the Lord, but just to serve a higher purpose for humanity. And to see their child blossom, to see those spiritual abilities blossom. They've never seen this child so passionate and so in their authenticity, to see it be at the forefront, because typically when we have supernatural abilities, they're often played down, or just operating in that feminine energy just showcases a totally different side of anybody, period. They're just different. It's just different as opposed to being in your masculine energy. So to see their child evolve in such a way, that it's like a blossoming flower or rose or something. And the rose is metaphoric for what the child is naturally gifted at. This is a child who could have many different degrees or trades, and had many different odd jobs, and just went through life trying to figure out their purpose, or just playing down their purpose. So they're going through all these unnecessary curves and everything, not really having the right kind of support. But The child, like this person, figured it out for themselves, and now they self-made. Yeah. Anybody who's connected with God can see that this is an awakening for this person. And what I'm getting, like the energy from this reading, is just the way the people perceive you, the way your loved ones perceive you. You went from one extreme to the next. Like you hold the key to break a lot of generational curses. That kind of energy. And they see like it's like a curse lifted off their like lifted off the whole family as a collective. Like there was a lot of dark cloud energy over top of the family, like dark spirits moving through the family, and they're seeing that a change, like Sam Cooke's song, a change is going to come, a new way of being. I was going to use the tarot. I haven't even picked the tarot cards up yet. I'm going to keep going. Like, what else makes this person, this child, this unique child? I hear Langston Hughes. Remember the boy, the blue suede shoes? The story about the little boy who wanted the blue suede shoes, and he tried to steal from the lady, and she ended up getting the boy the shoes. She taught him a very valuable lesson. But the boy thought he was like misfortunate. I don't know why that's coming up, but this could be self-worth. An experience that really just shape-shifted a person in knowing their self-worth and valuing themselves more. Yeah, you're a lot stronger than you think, than you thought. And this is it's a bright destiny ahead for this person. This person it's a big transformation. So I'm using the cards from my inner goddess deck, and you got Divine Badass as the third one, as the final outcome. Bright Destiny as the second one, the one as to what was meant to be learned. Like how are you learning? Through transformation, ridding yourself of what didn't feel natural for you. That takes a lot of bravery, because a lot of people settle into odd things when they're truly a non-conformist at heart. A lot of things knocked you down in life. I hear that. A lot of things really hit you like smack the wind out of you like a Mack truck. Like that caterpillar transforming into a butterfly is a very difficult and painful process, to be honest. And it turns you into a whole divine badass. Like you're beautiful. People can see your aura. You don't have to say much. People want to be around you. People want to be your friend. People want to know more about you, like milk and honey. Very warm, very welcoming, very accepting of anybody. Like this person has the ability to make everybody feel like they're important and they have an important purpose. That's this person's purpose, is to be a teacher. I'm pulling cards from my yogic deck. I want to take a second and just really meditate on this energy, on how this person is like real amplified now. Because this is like extraordinary energy. This is like seeing, like everybody want to know how the rock stars feel about being in such a powerful position. This is what I feel like this person is experiencing now, and you're at the point now, it's like, well, what's it like? So if they have to simplify it, it's a creative time, a time to create. It's like this person joins forces with the Most High to create, and brings, to be able to bring a message, like to be able to deliver. It's about the delivery of the message. It's an idea of fruition. Like any ideas you might have been sitting on or haven't taken action, it's so easy to do it now. To plant the seeds, the earth and water energy. You set the right intentions and watch how it just blossomed. And I feel like this is past tense. When it's unconditional love, I feel like you can't describe that. There are no words. It's just a feeling. You just know the feeling. And this also talks about a period of hibernation, which is sometimes needed to blossom into a butterfly. Your body, is between lines of poetry, like the notes of a song, the particular dance steps, or, steps to create a dance routine. The way you fully rejuvenated your system, you allow proper rest, you eat clean, you just adopted so many powerful habits, healthy habits that makes you unstoppable like that. I see a Siberian tiger, the white and black Siberian tiger. All of it in the name of stillness is, it's the only way to balance it is the actions that you follow suit with. It's your time to really showcase your gifts because they've been marinating while you've been in stillness. People can't wait to hear what you have to say. I hear that loud and clear. There's like stages to yoga, and one of them is universal morality. It's about being kind, compassionate, and generous. And that's what people see in you at this point. You display to all living things a level of compassion, such a high velocity of compassion that it's hard to ignore it. Like you cannot, a person cannot notice it, not notice it. You're very honest, you're real, you speak truth, you display your honor in a non-threatening, non-stealing fashion because of your deep sense of control. You have a lot of emotional intelligence and you have a strong sense of control. You have a good concept as to who you are, so you're able to keep yourself in alignment and you only focus on what truly matters and have let go of a lot of excessive things, perishable things. It's like the more you shed what doesn't serve you, the more you get into your higher self. And it's like, that's the thing with people. We hold on to things that serve us no good a lot out of fear of something new. But that's the not realizing that you're holding up your blessings. The better you can let go of something or things that just really is not all that great to begin with, it's not really helping you like that, you can let it go. So you can, allow your true, what is for you to come in. So the first crystal is the bumblebee jasper, and that talks about pollination, willpower, and new ideas. So with this stone, it helps to pollinate ideas. It brings them to life, and it gives off a fighting spirit, having formed in a volcano and containing a strong earthy energy, that connects with the willpower of the solar plexus. And it assists in alleviating allergies, it soothes irritations, and nurturing one's overall health. Guys, I love to work out outside. I live in a real tropical state, and it caused me to have really bad heat rash from the sun. But I love to be outside at the same time, and I have a lot of allergies. And the funny thing is, I didn't even get allergies until I was like 28 years old, right? So this stone kind of alleviates and soothes a lot of irritations like that. It encourages you to create a buzz. Let yourself be seen, let yourself be heard, be real vibrant for who you are and whatever new projects you're working on. And people are like going to take to it like a gevolta fish. in water to water. Like you're rocking it. The next crystal is sapphire. And that's about royalty, wisdom, and knowledge. You notice a lot of royal people tend to gravitate to the blue diamond, the sapphire diamond, because the energy it carries is kindness and wise judgment. It brings about a lot of fortune for people who like to wear it. And it's considered to be real sacred. And it represents celestial hope and faith. And it's known as the stone of wisdom. And it enhances focus, concentration, and learning abilities. And it activates the third eye and the throat chakra. And it guides you towards knowledge beyond physical and ethereal realms. That's deep. My next stone is lepidolite, and that's about transition, release, and change. And this reading is a lot about transformation, and letting go of things. Cleaning out your closet. Eminem song, Cleaning Out My Closet, is very significant, and people who listen to this reading should go listen to that song as well. It's about change is coming. Oh yeah, and listen to Sam Cooke, a change is going to come. When you're aware of your bad habits and like old patterns and outdated belief systems, it can release. This stone gives that energy to help release it. It assists you with it, to make room for new ones that sustain a healthy lifestyle. And that's really what this is about, holistics, health and wellness and fitness. And it's about letting go of attachments and clearing away emotional ties to stories we tell ourselves. You don't want to patronize yourself and talk yourself out of self-love like you're not worthy of it on all levels. And even if you need to step away from the way you're accustomed to doing things to establish that trust, yes, trust has to be within yourself. You have to trust yourself that you will make the right decisions. You definitely want to trust God too, first, and know that He does not forsake people. So you can create the life and the story that you want to tell. Now I'm about to shuffle my tarot cards now. And then I'm going to let you see like all the cards and stuff. Like they kind of stacked on each other. But I have to put the phone down to shuffle the cards. So I'm going to draw the cards, but you can hear me shuffling them. I pray that everybody's doing well and this message find you well. You see that? That's your bumblebee jasper, your sapphire, and the lepidolite. And all the cards building off each other. Now we're using tarot cards. What else can we amplify? The overall energy is the Tower. That spiritual transformation we're talking about, right? You see how God's wisdom moves through this woman. See how she walks by faith and not by sight. And that old her is dead and gone. She done alchemist that negative energy, that old energy. Now she walks, look at her poise, look at her body language. She has no fear, she has no doubt, she has no worry, she has no stress, she has no anxiety. That's the overall energy. The next card is the Six of Swords. Yeah, releasing what caused turbulence in your life. It's actually releasing negative self-talk as well. This is an act of self-love and moving to calmer waters. You only say things that promotes peace. You're only about peace. So that could be a declaration, an initiation, a transformation could be religious too. Like someone could come from the Jahiliyyah and go into a religious state of mind to adopt a healthy lifestyle. That's what the Six of Swords can be. To establish that tranquil and that peace. The next one is Three of Cups. Happiness, harmonious, networking, just feeling confident in that you made an excellent choice in your endeavors, and you feel good about it, and you're happy. And I feel like the three egos that exist in our mind, they all correlate, on all different levels. You're happy, you feel harmonious, you feel protected, you feel safe. And the Queen of Swords, which is mature energy and wise and using discernment. And I like how she's facing her true north, her pursuit of happiness. She's directing her energy to what makes her feel good, to what feels good to her, so she can make better logical decisions. That was the best decision she could have made for her own emotional well-being. Feeling good, not just looking good, doing good. And the swords represent the mentality, of a soldier. She's a warrior. She comes with that fighting spirit. She comes with her guard up against, and releasing what doesn't help her raise her inner child, if I may say. Because it starts there. Like, you can't go outward and show people without life experience, without you working on yourself first. That's how you know it's fail-proof. This is the King of Wands. This is going to assist her in the helping and that spirituality, that strong, that balance of masculine and feminine energy. Getting control over your emotions and your mentality, and just not being bothered. You're over it. You're over the drama. You're ready to do God's work, but you're also ready for better business. You want to establish yourself. I think you show up as a more efficient entrepreneur with this King of Wands energy. This is a leader. So is the Queen of Swords. And those are opposing energies, fire and air. So that's a balance in your speech and a balance in your mentality. I have to take a second because there's a lot coming to my head right now on how to say this. It's like jumbling up a little bit. There's so much to say about this energy. Yes. Pentacles, 4 Pentacles. I feel like this is discernment. This is using discernment. And keeping, what should I keep to myself and what should I share with everybody? Like, I have so much of it, I can afford to share with other people without starving myself. What's the King of Wands? Tell me more about the King of Wands. That's right. Like, you blocked out disloyalty, the opinions of others, and people who just don't understand your vibe or your work ethic, or the way you're just built different. And it's like you're keeping the best part of you to yourself with that Queen of Swords. And it's like lower, I don't want to say lower vibrational people, or just people who are just not awakened to where you're at yet. Because you have so much to offer in so many different ways, and you have so much creativity running through you with that King of Wands there. You have a multitude of ways on how you're going to showcase it, and people don't always understand why you're moving the way that you move, but you do because you're the one that sat in stillness to receive the download. It's like I have so much to offer. It can be a little overwhelming to the point where I do need to center myself and block out a lot of the emotions. It's just me and God. See that light back there? It's like I can't rely on people with, at this stage of where I'm going. It has to just be me and God. I have to walk this alone without being alone, but be a loner about it. Because people are not going to understand. Like, you're leaving off of those people, places, and things to establish anew. Another 4, and that's retreat. That's disengaging. It's like people think you selfish for moving like that. It's like that person's trying to get to you, but you're not interested in their friendship or those people for what they have to say. It doesn't have to be that they're saying something bad, but it has a lot to do with where you're at now, where you're going. It's like, this is so much better for my soul. This is food for my spirit. It's not meant to be shared yet. I'm still being worked on. Now we got the Queen of Wands. So I feel like you're going from one energy to the next. Because these are 2 fighting women. This is your higher self. And that's why you showed up as that Queen of Swords towards other people. And, shut a lot of energetic, telepathic responses. You blocked everybody before they got to the door. And that king is about, that masculine energy is about being accountable and taking action. And now the Queen of Wands, now that you have that freedom, it does represent freedom to me in a lot of different ways. You can showcase your creativity the way you want to, in your authentic way. And nobody can stop you because you're at that space. You done created a space away from everybody else to where you could do it the way you want to and without no interference or objections. Abandoning any energy that's making you feel like you're not enough or don't have enough or won't have enough, feeling like your ideas are impossible. You realize you weren't talking to your target audience, so you did what you had to do and you left them behind. Now they feel abandoned while you have a table prepared in front of your enemies, because they initially left you out in the cold because they thought you were the one that has gone mad or gone crazy. See how she's all balled up? But I don't feel like you were sitting there balled up, not with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Or the King of Wands. I feel like they're going to come in a group and they're going to want to send somebody to deliver a message for them. And you won't be shrewd about it, like you're not nasty about it, like you're in such a warm-hearted space that you can afford to say no without the viciousness that could come with it in regards to a Queen of Swords. Like, she doesn't have to be like vile or like sharp with her words. I feel like you're going to do it in such a skilled, warm-hearted, passionate way that people want to make amends with you. They want to make peace with you because they remember a feeling you brought to the table, you brought to the experience, and it's different. Their life is different without it. You're not God Almighty, but you are a strong, positive, motivating force in people's life. But and at first they were rejecting it. They had no idea what to do with it. They were even jealous of it. But that's because they only see the aftermath of it. They didn't see how you had to scratch, claw, and climb, work, release, disassociate. Those are a lot of hard decisions for you because these are loved ones. These are people you grew up with. These are even family members. Sometimes they're even parents. You don't want to, it doesn't feel natural to have to do all of that, but it was necessary so you can break those generational curses. Now they're coming to you with for your expertise. And the manner that they're coming to you with is like, it softened their heart to see you shining like that. Like, you have no choice. Like, you're such a vibration. You're such a vibe right now that it warms people's heart towards you. It's contagious. So in conclusion, I'm going to pull from my Starseed deck. That portal, that door is opening and you decided to walk through it and you reap the rewards. Because you really wowed that heart. You're meant to be free and untamed. And it worked out for you. You took a chance at something that's so unconventional and so non-conforming to what society tells us we have to do, like minimize our femininity. That's why there are two different aspects of feminine energy on this board. They want you to be the King of Wands, thinking that you got to go hard to be accepted and widely received, when in actuality, you established something better for yourself. By being in your feminine energy, you were able to create a space for yourself that nobody touched. You created it yourself. It's handmade and self-made by you, for you, by you, to be able to show up and let your voice be heard. And you were in that King of Wands energy to be able to do it, to establish that space. And that's about accountability. It's like, what can I do to better the life experience? Like, how can I, I'm gonna have to create a space to be able to reach the people. But I can't do it with the opinions of others or having others surrounding me trying to do it their way, or just trying to offer advice that could be real good advice, but it wasn't the best advice for what was needed. So you had to retreat. You had to go fast from everything and everyone. And most of the people you did not return to. And that was a tower moment and awakening for them. It was kind of a rude awakening for them. Now they're coming back softer hearted towards you because they have no choice. They have to respect you because you command it. And you got God backing you up. And you got God doing the talking through you. You asked him to use you as a vessel to be able to speak to the people. Like, there's no other way to get this done creatively than through you. And I don't mean to sound overly religious, but it's meant to sound stern and solid in what I stand for, what this person or people will stand for and what they believe. And it's so heavily protected and divinely protected that nobody can mess it up. The only time it'll cease and desist is when God is ready for it to cease and desist. So this message is for somebody. It's for a lot of people. I feel like it's for the on viewers who recognize the evolution and whether it's spiritual, and it started spiritual because you have to go within, and now is manifesting into the physical. So now you're seeing physical results from this resource. And the people are here for it.